Good morning. It is a beautiful Saturday here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are at the University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin Panther Arena for the
6th annual Midwest Brouhaha here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, hosted by the Brew City Bruisers. Good morning. It's early. Hi, I'm Dolly Pardon Me, here for my first broadcast.
And I'm Bobby Narco here on my third broadcast. So it's kind of the blind leading the blind.
Oh.
We have a great matchup today. Wearing gray are the BisMan Bomberz, and wearing yellow are the Capital City Hooligans.
And the Capital City Hooligans played the Milwaukee Blitzkrieg yesterday in the tournament. They did win that game. So we'll see what the BisMan Bomberz and the Capital City Hooligans can do out there on the track.
Capital City Hooligans have a full contingent of skaters. BisMan Bomberz are only putting 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 skaters out there on the track, and one of them is also a skater manager. That's Evan Rude. Is going to be doing double duty, skating and managing. Also managing for the BisMan Bomberz are Kat Skinner. Managers for the Capital City Hooligans are Bambi Bloodlust and Cupquake. Dolly, pardon me, take us out to the track. Who's jamming?
We've got some action there on the track. We got Filthy Shades of Greg jamming up against
Sacre Bleu. And lead jammer goes to Filthy Shades of Greg. Like that name.
That is a good name. It's hard to remember to say correctly every time, but shorten it to Greg. It looks like the other jammer on the Bombers, Sacre Bleu, is being sent to the box for a forearm penalty.
Correct. So this will be a power jam, a Sakatumi power jam.
That's right. Filthy Shades of Greg fighting against the BisMan Bomberz up front there. He gets past, and that is a 5 points in the air. Rydell skates grand slam for the Capital City Hooligans.
First blood to Capital City.
Fighting against a tight wall there again.
Yeah, these walls really were maintained. All yellow in the back, all gray in the front.
Yep, waiting for that opposing jammer, BisMan Bomberz jammer, back on the track, Sacre Bleu, making it through his first pass.
Failure to reform is on yellow 5-0. That's Pony Boy. And that will end the jam, but not before some more points are picked up. Scoreboard's not running right now. But I think it's 5 and maybe 3 on the second pass for a total of 8.
4 on the second pass.
Total of 9?
Total of 9 points there.
There we go.
Capital City 9. Yep. And let's see if the BisMan Bomberz can put some points on the board here with Keefe, number 15, jamming for the Bombers up against Wild Style of the Hooligans. Jam whistle starts them off. They're not getting too far here on the track. Both teams' defense really holding the jammers back.
Nice hit at the top of the pack. Lead jammer is awarded.
And that's going to go to BisMan Bomberz jammer.
Yeah, Keefe out there.
Keefe approaching the pack, getting right through there. Only a couple of the Capital City Hooligans on the track. He calls the jam off.
So there goes the shutout, 9-4 in favor of Capital City. But BisMan on the board. Second blood, I guess you would say, to the BisMan Bomberz.
Getting an early start here, probably just warming up on the track.
Yeah, no competing whistles right now over on
track 2
Derby
there.
Laces track 2.
Yeah.
Here we go, lining up on the jammer line now. We have Fancy Pants going up against Evan Rude.
Hooligans taking Evan Rude to the inside there, knocking him down around the first turn.
Lead jammer goes to Fancy Pants. Track cut also on Pony Boy. That's his second penalty in 3 jams.
And Fancy Pants making it through the pack there. 4 points for the Capital City Hooligans, and he calls that jam off before the BisMan Bomberz can score any more on the board.
So 13-4 is now your score. Like to thank you for joining us here so early in the morning. Women's Flat Track Derby and Men's Roller Derby Association putting together a great tournament here. Some wonderful men's action right now.
And on the notorious RED jammer line, let's see, we got Burgle Arson Arsony jamming for the Hooligans up against Clobber Ducky. Clobber Ducky.
And Burgle Arson Arsony is your lead jammer. I was told by the coach that we could just call him Arson if it's easier.
We can. Burgle Arson Arsony is fun to say, though. He's a lead jammer.
You know what else is fun to say?
That pack.
Potawatomi.
Potawatomi, it is. And it looks like the Hooligans do have somebody in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box right now.
Indeed, they do. That's Pony Boy still serving the remainder of that penalty. So Capital City going to start down one blocker. Oh, I don't know if they know that. Oh, no, they do. They're good. Jamming for the next jam, Filthy Shades of Greg. He's already got 9 points as a jammer. And jamming for the Bombers is Sacre Bleu. Sacre Bleu's second jam. He jammed the very first jam of the game. And Sacre Bleu is your lead jammer.
Filthy Shades of Greg having some trouble up there on the top of the track. Getting by that last blocker, who brings him back.
Yeah, nice block by number 33. That's Rock'em Sock'em, the captain of the BisMan Bomberz, and took that jammer out and made him re-engage from the back.
And Sacre Bleu through again, and that'll be a grand slam for Sacre Bleu and the BisMan Bomberz.
That grand slam brought to you by Rydell Skates. Nice two-wall at the top of the pack. Oh, he gets through. Out of play warning given, but no penalty assessed. And the jam is called.
Sacre Bleu calls that jam off after another point-scoring pass. That brings the BisMan Bomberz up to 13 points.
Tie game.
Tie game with Capital City.
13 all. How about that? Wild Style heading out to the line against Keefe. The Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box is empty. There will be 80 wheels clattering on this polished concrete floor.
That's right, 5-on-5.
Here at the Panther Arena. Nice job by BisMan, by Capital City, forcing the BisMan jammer out. Failure to reform.
And Wild Style trying to find around a little bit of toe tapping there around the corner. He does also get recycled to the back of the pack.
Direction of play penalty called on Thudwig van Beethoven.
Wildstyle out and is your lead jammer. He tiptoes around the outside of the turn one, and picks up 5 points for a Rydell Skates Grand Slam.
Got a two-wall waiting at the back of him. Nice block by number 99. That's Black Mage. He's going to have to re-engage. Now he tries the inside.
Oh, nice jump of the apex there. Another 5 points picked up, or that was just 4 points, sorry. He did not pass the other jammer, but nice apex jump there. And it looks like the Bomberz jammer came into the pack a little heated there, or a little fast, and knocked into one of the Hooligans blockers.
Yeah, that's a misconduct penalty, I believe, for contact after the fourth whistle.
Okay.
Or perhaps for blocking a down skater. But it's a misconduct is the penalty that sends him to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. We have an official timeout on the track right now.
Probably to sort out what's going on in that Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. It does look like we've got 3 of the Bombers in the penalty box. One standing, and the jammer will start there, so that means the Hooligans will start this next jam off with a power jam, Sakatumi power jam. We'll see what Fancy Pants can do out there on the track for the Hooligans.
Keefe will be the jammer for the Bombers when he comes back in. Bombers pivot is released from the penalty box. That's G.
And Fancy Pants sneaks right through there, powers right through the 2 blockers on the track.
Oh, there's another
apex jump. He jumps over. That's 5 points. And a Rydell Skates Grand Slam for the Hooligans. Slows down around the corner this time, fighting against the wall of BisMan Bomberz.
Forearm is the call on Gray 99. That's Black Mage.
And another Rydell Skates Grand Slam. Making that, I believe, 3 this pass.
Yellow 0.
For Fancy Pants.
Yellow 0 called on a multiplayer. That's Bloyd on the track.
And jammer for the Bombers, G back on the track, just getting to make his initial pass, though, through the pack before Fancy Pants calls that jam off. That brings the Capital City Hooligans up to 34 points, the BisMan Bomberz to 13.
Looks like the BisMan Bombers have had lead jammer twice, and the Capital City Hooligans have had lead jammer 7 times. It's kind of reflected in the score, 34 to 13 in favor of Capital City. Here we go, heading into jam number 8.
For the Bombers, we've got Evan Rude jamming up against the Hooligans, Burgle Larson Arseny.
Burgle Larson Arseny gets that lead jammer call, but Evan Rude maybe 2 or 3 strides behind him. Nice block to the outside. I don't know if anybody's going to score. 1 point. 1 point each. Everybody gets a point.
Burgle Larson Arseny gets into that pack, calls it off fast, and looks like he scored 2 points.
Yeah, there was one in the box, so they
he gets that extra point.
Yeah, you can't just get 1 point when somebody's in the penalty box. Hey, if I get really hungry today at lunch, and I imagine that's going to happen with this awesome roller derby, can you recommend a place where I could go?
I sure can. Classic Slice Pizza is your friendly neighborhood roller girl-owned pizzeria, serving up huge slices, salads, desserts, and apps made from scratch. They specialize in vegetarian and vegan items and the best gluten-free crust in the city.
All right. Meanwhile, back on the track, I'll definitely check that out. That sounds like some delicious pizza. Clever Ducky is your lead jammer. He's going up against Filthy Shades of Greg. There's a multiplayer block that's being called on the skater that's leaving the track.
And Clever Ducky gets into the pack there, turns around and calls that jam off after scoring 4 points for the Bombers. Looks like the Hooligans didn't pick up any points that jam.
So it's true 2-1 margin in favor of Capital City. Number 33 is Rock'em Sock'em, the skater in the penalty box on the multiplayer block.
And on the notorious RED jammer line, we've got for the Bombers, Sacre Bleu, and for the Hooligans, Wild Style.
And here we go. Jam number 10 is underway. Nice. Finding the inside line is number 215, Wild Style.
Sacre Bleu coming around the turn 4 there.
Oh,
knocking
nice.
into Wild Style.
Jammer on jammer hit. Almost is able to
bring him back to the front of the pack so that his blockers can re-engage him and get him back in there, but Sacre Bleu getting out of that. And they both go into the pack at the same time. Jam is called, and it looks like that'll be 2 points for Capital City Hooligans.
Good communication by the referees as to whether or not a call should have been made there. I see Evie talking with the head ref at the front of the pack.
In this next jam, the Capital City Hooligans are going to have on the line Fancy Pants up against Keefe for the BisMan Bomberz.
Out of play warning issued in the back, out of play penalty issued. That's yellow number 13, Dr. Whoa.
Meanwhile, Fancy Pants up in the front gets a lead jam for the Capital City Hooligans. Fancy Pants, nice fancy footwork out there on the track, getting past a spread out team of Bombers.
It's a power jam.
It looks like he did get a cut penalty there.
Yeah. This Sakatumi power jam is going to benefit Keefe with Fancy Pants serving time in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Oh!
And it looks like Keefe's going to join him there
Yeah.
at that penalty box.
Fancy Pants not going to have to serve the full 30 seconds. He's going to go as soon as the seat is taken and he's gone. And Keefe will only have to serve, I don't know, he'll get to serve a discounted penalty as well.
That's right. Fancy Pants now out there on the track with the Sakatumi Power Jam for the Hooligans.
Keefe already standing. This jam will go for the full 2 minutes. And there is there's a grand slam for the BisMan for the Capital City Hooligans.
And that's another grand slam there, just as fast as we can tell you. Fancy Pants around the track and through the pack. Another 4 points, I'm sorry, for the Hooligans.
Pony Boy's already got 3 penalties. Here's a forearm penalty being called on Gray, number 15. I don't have a Gray 15. Yes, I do. That's Keefe. Holy cow.
And that'll be another Sock It To Me Power Jam for the Hooligans here.
And it'll be another Rydell Skates Grand Slam for Fancy Pants. All gray at the top of the pack, all yellow at the back of the pack, and 2 minutes ends the jam. The jam timer calls the jam, but 2 minutes ends the jam. So Keefe also with both teams already just barely a quarter of the way through the bout. Both teams have 1 skater with 3 penalties. Keefe is the Bombers skater with 3 penalties, and Pony Boy is the Hooligan skater with 3 penalties.
Keefe in the box now for the Bombers, leaving the Hooligans to have a power jam here.
Fancy Pants has 32 points on the game already. Take us out the notorious RED jammer line.
And it's going to be Burgle Arseny jamming for the Hooligans with this power jam here. He goes up against 3 of the blockers of the Bombers there. 4 blockers on the Bombers, Rock and Sock'em,
Yeah, now we're
Ludwig
back
Van Beethoven, G and Black Mage.
And now we're back at full strength. Keefe has rejoined play.
And the BisMan Bomberz doing a good job of holding Burgle Arseny during that beginning power jam. He does get around the pack and get through that those blockers.
Yeah,
picks up lead jammer.
Give a little assist there to Cunningham, springing his jammer through. But Cunningham now called on a track cut.
Burgle Arseny around the pack again, or around the track again. Through the pack almost, but he gets held up at the top of the pack. Knocked to the outside, but that jammer was out of play. Or I'm sorry, that blocker was out of play. Looks like Rock and Sock'em will be going to the penalty box for the Bombers. Meanwhile, the Hooligans, Burgle Arseny around the track again. Another Rydell Skates Grand Slam for the Capital City Hooligans.
Go ahead.
Arson taken to the outside, gets back in, but then knocked down to the inside there. Recycled around to the back.
Pack really mixed up. We got gray and yellow all sprinkled together. Someone's hungry.
Peanut butter and jelly. Nope, yellow and gray. I don't know. It's a little early. We need our coffee still. And Burgle Arseny is still just whipping around that around that track. Gets slowed down in the pack, but fights to get his way through. He is now called.
Timeout called for and received by the gray team. We got a lot of action going on the track.
And that'll be a timeout for the BisMan Bomberz. Gives us some time to thank some of our sponsors. Specifically, we want to thank Hinckley Productions. They've been a friend to Derby since 2008, providing live video production services and bringing you this live broadcast of Brouhaha. Support free streaming Derby with your DVD purchase at hinkleyproductions.com/brouhaha.
Also like to thank Notorious RED. They're the sponsor of the jammer line throughout this whole tournament. And if they're going to make sure that all the skaters are starting close and clean on that Notorious RED jammer line.
Notorious by Notorious RED. Smell clean even if you play dirty. Get it here at Brouhaha at the Derby for All booth.
So
and we've got the skaters going back out onto the track now. Hi there, checking out things during this Midwest Brouhaha.
So, yeah, I'm just conferring with the manager. Keefe actually has 4 penalty box trips now, and we're only 16 minutes and change into this bout.
That's right. That's not going to bode well for an already short BisMan Bomberz team up against a Capital City Hooligans team.
And he's their leading scorer. He's got 13 points, and the next leading scorer on their team is Sacre Bleu with 10. Fancy Pants, the leading scorer of the whole bout so far with 32. So jam number 13 underway. Big spill in between the jammer line and the pivot line. Skaters recover. Out of play warning at the top, and lead jammer goes to Keefe.
Berga Larson Arseny fighting in the back of the pack there. It looks like he passes the star to number 69. That's going to be the pivot Filthy Shades of Greg. Also a jammer for the Hooligans. Lots of yelling for Keefe to call it from the sidelines.
Yeah.
He does so, and the Bombers pick up a couple points there.
Kat Skinner and Evan Rude getting a little apoplectic from the gray bench. But sometimes you got to make yourself heard if you want to communicate with your skaters. Timeout to the BisMan Bombers. Sakatumi sells fun socks. They are both fun and funny. They have tacos and cupcakes and ninjas and mustaches and unicorns and really a bunch of different magical things. Head on over to Sakatumi and get yourself some wonderful socks. And if you're heading out to the venue later on today, we have a photo booth, so don't forget to stop by the Brouhaha photo booth. Get your photo taken. It's located on the upper level where all the merchandise tables are. And speaking of merchandise, we got some stuff we can buy at this tournament, don't we?
We do. Lots of nice merchandise from a lot of our sponsors, as well as all the teams have merch out there, too.
Yeah, there's programs, there's patches, there's hats, at least two different styles of T-shirts for the tournament. And then they also have this awesome T-shirt with the legal blocking zones displayed on a white kitty.
Oh, pretty neat.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to check out some merch later on today.
Yeah, happy.
Thank you guys for tuning in here. If you can, make it on down to the UW Panther Arena and see some of this Brouhaha action live. And we're getting back to the live action on the track now.
Yeah, we got Wild Style jamming against Evan Rude.
And Evan Rude just jamming one other time, I believe, or three jams, just scoring one other point here. But he does pick up lead jammer for the Bombers. He's followed right behind there by Wild Style.
Maybe if Wild Style had some notorious RED, Evan Rude wouldn't have known he was there.
Right.
I think he smelled him approaching.
And he calls off that jam. No points scored in that last jam.
Wow, getting lots of timeouts. Timeout now to the yellow team.
And that gives us a chance to thank another one of our sponsors, Derby Laces. Say goodbye to untied skate laces. Derby Laces stay tied tight where you want them. Get yours at derbylaces.com. Try the new Spark Metallic Skate Laces by Derby Laces. Super strong and super shiny. Get yours at derbylaces.com.
This is Derby Laces track number 1. There's going to be some action starting up soon on Derby Laces track number 2. But the first bout of the second day here at Midwest.
Yeah, we're
Brouhaha.
just started on a great day today. Coming up on the other track, track 2 at 9 o'clock, we're going to see Arch Rival versus Steel City. On track 1 at 9:45 here right after this game, Grand Raggedy versus Ann Arbor. So some neat. And that's just the start of an awesome day today and tomorrow of lots of derby action. So let's get back onto the track and see what's going on with these BisMan Bombers and Capital City Hooligans.
Yeah, Filthy Shades of Greg is going to be skating for the Hooligans, and Sacre Bleu going to be skating for the Bombers.
Sacre Bleu is hard to say other than just that way. Lining up, they got 5 seconds. Tight walls by both of the teams there.
Yeah, that's scrum
That's
start.
scrum start, yep. Just got to fight through it, and it looks like Sacre Bleu is the one that does so first. He's lead jammer for the Bombers.
Not only is he lead jammer, he is the only jammer on the track. This power jam brought to you by Sakatumi. Skate laces.
Oh, yeah.
Skate socks.
Filthy Shades of Greg sent to the penalty box. That'll give him Sakatumi power jam, and that's just what the Bombers need to bring back some of these points here. That's 5 more points for the BisMan Bombers.
Rydell Skates Grand Slam. Point out that the term scrum start is a rugby term.
Is it?
Yes, that's how rugby play gets started, and that's when all the players from both teams converge. To start the play. So that's why we call that a scrum start.
Well, and Sacre Blue out there now, another grand slam as he goes around. He's approaching the pack again. Just 3 Capital City Hooligans to contend with there as his blockers hold back the jammer that, Filthy Shades of Greg, who just got in the pack. That gives him another 4 points on the track.
The vicissitudes of fortune seem to be changing here. The Bombers have picked up 3 lead jammer calls in a row. And you can see that reflected in the score. Score creeping up now 50 for BisMan and 69 for Capital City.
The BisMan Bombers out there on the track. They're going to have Clubber Ducky jamming up against the Hooligans Fancy Pants. The
Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box has a few occupants in it. Blockers Orange Crush and Rock'em Sock'em for the Bombers, and Dr. Whoa for the Hooligans. Sorry, I keep channeling Joey Lawrence when I hear say Dr. Whoa.
Yep. And it looks like they were going to start up there on that, what do you call it, pivot line? I remember when we used to do that. We were just talking about the scrum start and how that was a rugby term.
Yeah.
Back in the day of Derby, we used to start up on the pivot line there. Yeah.
1 whistle and then 2 whistles.
Oh, and just 2 on 2. It looks like that was no match for Fancy Pants there. 2 blockers for each of those jammers to just go. We've got both teams with short packs out there. Hard to see where the packs are. They're skating fast here, making Fancy Pants run for it. A little bit of defense there on the jammer, but a high five there. They don't mind playing against each other.
Yeah,
appreciate some good play.
nothing on the score, but it did end the streak of consecutive lead jams that the Bombers had. So got some great action going out here on the track today. We do. All right, Bergen Larson Arseny heading out there against Evan Rude. Men's game, same rule set, but palpable differences.
Definitely. You know, men are just a little bit different than women. If you didn't know that out there.
Tell me more.
It's a known fact.
Prove it. Okay.
But we're all individuals. We're all different, you know.
Lead jammer's Evan Rude. No. He makes an apex leap, picks up 2 points, and calls the jam. And number 41 wants a call on that. Captain Slamerica.
Looking to the refs, wondering why there wasn't a call on that
for
last play.
Contact, I think, in midair. But refs didn't call it, and there's not going to be an official review or anything, so we're going to line it up, do it again.
And the Hooligans will have Wild Style on the notorious RED jammer line. He'll be joined by the Bombers jammer,
and
Sacre Blue.
I spoke too soon. There is indeed an official review on this, so we're going to take a look at this. I don't think I can be accused of coaching from the mic when I'm on the broadcast, though.
I don't think you can.
I hope not.
So we can do a little bit more of telling people what are on the track. While we wait out this next break here, we're right on there. So hello to everybody out there. Good morning to you. Thank you all for joining us here at the Midwest Brouhaha. We want to thank you to the Milwaukee Bruisers hosting this great tournament, and to all of the staff that are working out here too. Special thanks go out to a lot of our sponsors. We got the Sakatumi Power Jam, Rydell Skates Grand Slam, the notorious RED Jammer Line, and the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino Penalty Box. We've also got the Derby Laces track here, which we're going to be getting back to. And it's great to work with you too. It's lots of fun here at the tournament. It is just getting started, so we don't have too many people out there in the audience, but everybody's just getting warming up.
I think the audience is now equal to participants.
And that's good.
Yeah. So
if we want to increase that as the day goes on.
But I think if we had a rumble, the participants would win because we would get the skaters.
That's right. Wild Style out there on the track for the Hooligans. He picks up lead jam. He's jamming against Sacre Blue on the Bombers.
Out of play is the penalty. It's happened off screen. Out of play penalty called on a really long number, 5446, Boss DJ.
And that jam ends with 4 points going to the Hooligans and 2 points to the Bombers.
That's 3 points to the Bombers.
3 points to the Bombers. Thank you.
Not sure exactly what that official review was about. We're going to try and clarify that, I guess, when we go to halftime. we can take that opportunity to clarify what that official review was about, and we'll get back to you and let you know both what the challenge was and what the result was. Meanwhile, out on the track,
Filthy Shades of Greg picking up lead jam for the Hooligans. He's going up against Clubber Ducky jamming for the Bombers.
Clubber Ducky hitting that hard 2-wall. Number 27, Roger Rabid, guarding that inside line.
Filthy Shades of Greg, a natural Rydell Skates Grand Slam there, passing all the blockers and that opposing jammer. And then he goes down hitting that wall there, but gets through for another 4 points.
Actually, there was
3 points there.
There was a skater in the penalty box, so it is not a natural Grand Slam. It is an unnatural Grand Slam.
Unnatural, I'm sorry.
That's okay. But it's still a Grand Slam, and it's still brought to you by Rydell Skates.
And it still picks up those 5 points for the team. Capital City Hooligans at 81 points. The BisMan Bombers at 56.
Just over 6 minutes remaining to play. By the time this jam gets, it will be just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half.
And we got Fancy Pants out there jamming for the Hooligans, going up against Evan Rude on the BisMan Bombers.
And Evan Rude picks up the lead jammer call.
Fancy Pants, just about a quarter track behind him.
I'm tempted to use a horse racing term and say, about 2 furlongs behind. Nice block by number 15.
And that did force Evan Rude to the inner track there. As he gets back up, he tries to call it off. But the Hooligans jammer got right in there and scored 4 points before the jam could be called off. So that kind of went the different way than I think he was hoping.
Yeah. It's your team has the lead, your jammer calls it off, and the other team scores. Such is life.
That's right.
Burgle Arson Arsony and Sacre Bleu heading out to the notorious RED jammer line here in jam number 21. Lead jam goes to Burgle Arson Arsony.
Yeah, he found a nice little path there on the outside, tiptoed there. Meanwhile, his blockers are doing a great job holding Sacre Bleu back as he laps around the track and tries to score some points. Sacre Bleu out of the pack now.
Nice block by Rock'em Sock'em, forcing the jammer to the inside, making him re-engage from the back of the pack.
And Burgle Arson Arsony decides to call that off after he's kind of tiptoeing out, knocked to the outside.
4 points for yellow, 2 points for gray.
And that'll bring us to the next jam on that notorious RED jammer line. We will have, looks like Wild Style jamming for the Hooligans. And for the Bombers out there, we've got
number 28, Clubber Ducky. Clubber Ducky challenging a 4-wall at the top. No pack call briefly, but the pack reforms. Pack is back.
Meanwhile,
wow,
like Capital City Hooligans jammer gets right out of there.
Yeah, both refs called lead jammer at the same time.
How's that going to work?
Well, they both they quickly sorted it out. Credit to the trailing jam ref to notice that the jam ref in front of him had called lead jammer, and so he changed his call. And the refs are going to confer about that right now and make sure that they got that call right.
BisMan Bombers jammer fighting to get to the front, and it looked like the Capital City Hooligans jammer just kind of jumped right up there just as he got through that last 2-wall.
Here we go. We're underway in jam number 22. Jamming is Evan Rude going up against Filthy Shades of Greg. Evan Rude takes a tumble, recovers, gets through the pack, and picks up lead jammer.
Filthy Shades of Greg out of the pack and trying his best to catch up to Evan Rude.
Evan Rude hears a call from his bench. Call it, and he does.
It picks up 2 points for the BisMan Bombers. Capital City Hooligans, no points on that jam.
58-89 showing on the scoreboard with just over, just under 3 minutes left to play in the first period. Timeout. Official timeout? Official timeout. Timeout. We're getting conflicting signals.
And as we wait here, we want to thank ATI Physical Therapy. ATI is on site all weekend, and when injury strikes, you have a choice. Choose ATI Physical Therapy, the official sports medicine provider for your Brew City Bruisers. To experience the ATI difference, visit atipt.com or stop into one of their over 19 Milwaukee area clinics for a complimentary injury screening.
Rock'em Sock'em already with 5 penalties on the game. Pony Boy with 4 penalties on the game. Keefe with 4 penalties on the game. Lead jammer calls so far. Capital City's got 13, and BisMan has 10.
And you can see that reflected in the score, but both teams putting up a good fight out there on the track. Both teams have some high scorers. Sacre Bleu for the Bombers scoring 34 points. Fancy Pants for the Hooligans with 36.
And they got that tight scrum start there down at the notorious RED jammer line. Hope they all smell fresh and clean.
Sacre Bleu and Fancy Pants will be jamming against one another. Again, both out of the pack right about the same time.
And again, both get lead jammer called. But the lead jammer
had been called by Sacre Bleu. He kind of coasts out, makes sure he's lead jammer, and then calls off that jam.
Boy, they're getting out of the pack so quickly that it's tough for the referees to tell who's the lead jammer.
Yep.
BisMan now, again with a stretch of lead jammer, 4 jams in a row. But a couple of those have resulted in immediate call-offs.
Right, and no points scored. So we'll see what Clubber Ducky can do for the Bombers on the jammer line up against Burgle Arson Arsony for the Hooligans. Burgle Arson Arsony getting to the front there behind a wall, but taken to the inside and recycled around to the back. That leaves Clubber Ducky to take lead jam.
Lumberjerk to the penalty box on a failure to reform.
And it looks like Burgle Arson Arsony still fighting against a wall there. 2 of the Bombers up front.
I'm seeing a
Finally
skating out of bounds call being signaled. That is number 9, Thudwig van Beethoven. Jam gets called, but a direction of play penalty assessed just before it happens. That's going to be number 981G. Not 981G. That sounds like a subdivision of some penal code somewhere. Number 981, skater's name, G.
That's
Lowercase G.
Right. Well, and we got BisMan picking up a few points in that last jam there.
69-89, trailing only by 20. And considering the depth of the yellow bench as compared to the depth of the gray bench, not a bad showing for BisMan.
That's right.
Lead jammer goes to Wildstyle.
And Wildstyle jamming against Evan Rude of the BisMan Bombers. Evan Rude hot in pursuit of the Hooligans jammer Wildstyle. And it looks like the Bombers are up in the front trying to keep the speed of the pack up. Both jammers get into the pack and approach. Hooligans jammer calls it off, but not before. They score 2 points for the Bombers.
So 71-89.
Nice job by Evan Rude there, sneaking up and getting some more points. Just what BisMan Bombers need right now.
Off the camera, you didn't see it, but that pack was really, really booking.
It was.
They had probably one of the quickest packs of the day.
And I think that's what I've noticed between men's and the women's. They get through the pack a little bit faster, and they go, they tend to just skate a little bit faster.
It is halftime here at Brouhaha.
That it is. It went so fast, I didn't even notice halftime was coming. So,
Derby Laces Track 1 sees the Hooligans leading the Bombers. It's been a pretty darn good bout.
It has been, and we'll be back for some more action after the half. So we'll be sure to stay tuned in to the 6th annual Milwaukee Brouhaha.
Go get yourself a coffee and a bagel. Join us back here in about 8 minutes.
8 minutes, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft-top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, Derby at 6. Come for Derby, stay for fireworks. Find the Derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then...
Hey, we're back here.
Hi there.
Halftime is over here at Derby Laces rink number 1. Got some clarification on that official review. It was what we were speculating. The gray team wanted a penalty assessed on the yellow jammer for the apex leap. They contended that there was contact. The referees clearly saw that the jammer had stuck the landing and called off the jam before the contact was made. So the play stood as called. The official review was denied. But good news is they got their official review back. Well, they don't get that one back, but it's the second half, so they have another one.
They have another one.
Both teams going to start out with an official review. Heading out to the notorious RED jammer line. Dolly, pardon me, take us out to the track.
We got Filthy Shades of Greg. Filthy Shades of Greg jamming for the Hooligans. It looks like he's out first, and lead jammer up against Sacre Bleu for the Bombers.
Greg already making his scoring pass.
The Bombers showing him some trouble up at the top there, up on that straightaway, so he decides to call it off.
A little frustration. I'm not sure if it was with himself or with his teammates, but was not pleased to only pick up, 3 points? Did he get 3 points on that jam? 2 points. 2 points on that jam. 71-91, back to a 20-point lead for the Capital City Hooligans.
Wild Style out on the notorious RED jammer line up against Evan Rude from the Bombers.
Here we go. Forced to the inside. Wow, he was able to...
Evan Rude finding, that just...
that micron of space.
I didn't even see, it looked like he was right on that orange line. But he gets lead jam for the BisMan Bomberz.
Oh!
That was a big tumble, a couple other tumbles there right in the first turn, and I guess I wouldn't describe that really as a tumble, but more of a head.
There was an apex leap that number 981 from the gray team, G, actually gets called on the penalty for blocking out of bounds because he went into the infield to to get that contact. So I think he was trying to draw misconduct penalty on that apex leap, but he went out of bounds to get it. So he gets the blocking out of bounds call instead. 91-74, BisMan picks up 3 points in that last jam.
And on the jammer line, Sacre Blue for the Bombers up against Burgle Arseny of the Capital City Hooligans. Sacre Blue out of the pack first and lead jammer for the Bombers. Getting around the track, Burgle Arseny just getting out of the pack as Sacre Blue makes a point-scoring pass there for 5 points, it looks like. He picked up a Rydell Skates Grand Slam.
And he saw the other jammer clearly out in front of him, so he decided to call it up. He'll pick up his 5 points. Just like that, we're only down to a 12-point game, 91-79 in favor of the Hooligans. Roller derby and hooligans seem to go hand in hand.
They
I know
sure
people
do.
talk about soccer hooligans. BisMan's out of North Dakota. Capital City's out of Springfield, Illinois.
And on the notorious RED jammer line, we've got Fancy Pants for the Capital City Hooligans going up against Clubber Ducky of the Bombers.
And Fancy Pants is your lead jammer. Strung out pack now.
BisMan Bombers jammer Clubber Ducky making his way as fast as he can around the pack to catch up. But it looks like Fancy Pants calls off the jam after scoring 4 points before the BisMan Bombers can get any points there.
A small slam, a 4-point slam for the Capital City Hooligans. The term Grand Slam is a bridge term. Comes to us from the card game. Means all the points you can get. That's why a Grand Slam in baseball is all the points you can get. 4 points. In roller derby, all the points you can get is 5 points. And then the bridge term for all the points save 1 is a small slam.
I gotcha. Thank you for that info.
There you go.
Out there on the track, we've got Filthy Shades of Greg jamming for the Hooligans up against Evan Rude jamming for the Bombers.
Filthy Shades of Greg is your lead jammer. Oh, nice hit. Nice jammer on jammer hit.
That's right. Evan Rude hits Filthy Shades of Greg to the infield there and then manages to tiptoe through the inside line there.
Yeah, he was still on his initial pass, but it did not stop him from playing some defense. Small slam, 4-point slam for Filthy Shades of Greg, and he will call off the jam.
And we want to thank another one of our sponsors, Dr. Eric Piffle of the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin, and MOSH wishes you a safe brouhaha weekend. We're here for all your injuries on and off the track. Contact us at theorthoinstitute.com. Theorthoinstitute.com. That's Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin. Back on the jammer line, tell me what's going on down there.
Sacre Blue is your lead jammer going up against Wildstyle. Wildstyle still on his initial pass. Gets forced to the infield, going to have to re-engage. That's blue number 33. Rock'em Sock'em blue helmet, I guess. Gray number 33. Forearm penalty called on 2:15. We have a power jam. Oh, both jammers going at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like the Bombers were lead jammer there was trying to call it off, but was called to the penalty box, or just did call the jam off right at the end there. He called that jam.
There was a back block assessed, though, on the gray jammer. I think that's probably what this official review is to sort out. All right.
We'll sort that out and get that information to you. It looked to me like the Bombers were trying to call the jam off, but there was some penalty calling going on both of the jammers, or on perhaps the Hooligans jammer. So
after 6 jams in this half, both teams have had lead jammer 3 times.
Yeah, we've seen the BisMan Bombers really going up against the Capital City Hooligans with kind of the same matched force, even though they have a smaller roster out there.
Official timeout is just to clarify points.
I see. So it looks like the Hooligans jammer is in the penalty box. And this will give the Bombers a power jam. And they've got Clubber Ducky out there on the power jam. He's scored about 14 points so far this
game.
This game, yes, this whole game. And he gets out there fighting around, turning. Nice footwork there. Picks up lead jammer status, and now he will be on a Sock It To Me power jam. Trying to fight his way past the Capital City Hooligans blockers out there. Bloyd on D-Track, Impale Ale, Lumberjerk, and Captain Slamerica.
Wildstyle now free from the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino's penalty box. Oh, picks up a track cut and goes right back. And oh my goodness, this is the break that BisMan needs. Number 41 now sent off to the penalty box as well. That's Captain Slamerica.
And BisMan Bomberz jammer Clubber Ducky just scoring 2 Rydell Skates grand slams there as the Hooligans jammer is sent back to the penalty box on his 3rd point scoring pass here through another 5-point Rydell Skates grand slam.
Out of play is the call on Bloyd onto track, and BisMan is down by 2. And BisMan, we have a lead change.
We do. Nice little apex jump there by Clubber Ducky, scoring another 5 points, and the pack just stays right there. Clubber Ducky just going up against 2 blockers there on turn 4.
Fantastic hit by Impale Ale, staggering the jammer, forcing him to the outside, basically forcing off the call-off.
And that jam does get called off. Clubber Ducky there, 37 points now for the game. I think I started that off and said he had about 12. Picking up some points there for the BisMan Bomberz. BisMan Bomberz up 105 to Capital City Hooligans 99. And what a great change of events here for the BisMan Bomberz.
Indeed. Comes at a small price. Rock'em Sock'em now skating with 6 penalties. 1 more, and he is done for the day. And that is bad news for a team that's only has a roster of 9.
That's true.
But they can celebrate the fact that they have the lead this late in the game.
That's true as well. And let's get a little bit more love to some of our sponsors. Sock It To Me here for the Sock It To Me Power Jam. They sell fun, funky socks, and we've already talked about some of those magical things. They've got over 200 different sock designs, so check them out. We've also got Rydell Skates with unmatched quality and unmatched performance. They're a vendor here at the Brouhaha and also our Grand Slam sponsor.
After party tonight, if you want to come out, is at the Pub Club. That's on Old North 3rd, Old World North. Yeah, it's on 3rd Street.
All right, 3rd Street, yep. And we got some action back there on the track. It looks like BisMan Bomberz are going to still have a power jam there.
Out of play penalties on yellow, number 24. That's Lumberjerk. Didn't see the call on the trailing skater, but BisMan losing its jammer on a track cut.
Lots of skaters in the penalty box to start that that jam. It looks like there were only about 3 or 4 people out on the track.
They might think it's actually the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, and they want to go there.
Maybe.
They're like, oh, hey, let's go to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Oh, it's just the penalty box. Both jammers have spent time in the box this trip, so this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
And Wildstyle there getting taken to the outside on turn 2, knocked down. He gets back in and around and gets through for lead jam status on this jam.
Let me correct myself. Apparently Wildstyle started the jam in the penalty box, so he was eligible for lead jammer.
Yep.
Got lead jammer, also picked himself up by Rydell Skates. Oh, nope. That thumb tucked in, that's only a 4-point jam.
That's right. It looks like Bomberz jammer is out of the box. Evan Rude is back on the track, out of the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Nice little explosion there at the very end by Evan Rude. Jammer on jammer hit just as that 4th whistle sounded. Hey, you got to be alert out there. You got to be on your guard until all 4 whistles have sounded.
That's right. Capital City picking up a few points there, 106. BisMan still at 109. Just 3 points separating these teams.
With 2 hooligans and 1 bomber in the penalty box, there are as many referees as skaters on the track. Jammers are Sacre Bleu and Bergelarsen Arseny.
Bergelarsen Arseny sneaking through on the inside to pick up lead jam for the Hooligans.
Nice job by number 24, Sacre Bleu, forcing Burgle Arseny outside, making him re-engage. And Sacre Blue's just going to stay there at the jammer line. I was like, oh, well, I ended here at the notorious RED jammer line. I'm smelling fresh and clean. I might as well go get myself another jam.
That's right. He is looking to be the high scorer for the Bombers out there on the track jamming again. He'll be going up against the Hooligans' Filthy Shades of Greg.
Yeah, not only is he the high scorer for the Bombers, he's the high scorer on the bout. Fancy Pants with 40, Sacre Bleu with 42.
Neck and neck there. And both jammers fighting to get through these tough blocking walls. It looks like lots of recycling to back around the pack. BisMan picks up the lead jammer, Sacre Bleu, lead jammer status.
It's a track cut is the call on the Hooligans jammer. So this is a power jam powered by
Sakatumi. And the BisMan Bombers jammer going to have a chance here to pick up some more points, increasing their point spread, fighting up against a wall of 4 of the Hooligans there. The blockers can't keep him back, though. Sacre Bleu, another 5-point Rydell Skates Grand Slam and for the BisMan Bombers. And it looks like he calls off that jam. And the Hooligans will still have a jammer in the penalty box, the Potawatomi Bingo Hotel and Casino penalty box. Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, let's talk about it. Let's play, stay, and get lucky at Milwaukee's #1 entertainment destination. There's table games, dining, shows, hotel. It's all here, only at Potawatomi. Play all day and stay all night at Milwaukee's #1 entertainment destination. But back on the track, we've got some action.
Yeah, this had been a Sakatumi power jam, but Filthy Shades of Greg has re-entered play. Clever Ducky jamming for the Bombers picks up lead jammer on the backstretch. Backstretch being a horse racing term. The bench nearest to us, the part of the track where the benches are, we're going to call that the home stretch, and the part of the track furthest from the skaters, we're going to call that the backstretch.
And I might refer to it as turn 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, sure, you can point out the turns 1, 2, and 3, 4. You can have apex 1 and 2, or
That's
the top
right.
apex and the bottom apex.
But instead of the track action, I think it looks like BisMan Bombers down there on the track picked up a couple more points, called off the jam there.
Yeah, at least 10 points picked up in the last couple jams by Sacre Bleu, because he's up to 52 points now. 119 to 106 is the score in favor of the team in the gray jerseys.
And the BisMan Bombers, that's the team in gray. They've got Evan Rude jamming up against Fancy Pants of the Hooligans. Both jammers trying to get out of the pack. It looks like on a nice little turn there, Evan Rude picks up lead jam status. And he gets to the pack, calls it off.
2 more points for BisMan. 15-point lead, their largest of the game, 121 to 106. That's Sacre Bleu heading out to the notorious RED jammer line for the Bombers. Burgle Arseny heading out to the notorious RED jammer line for the Hooligans. 7-5 lead. Gray team has 7 leads. Hooligans have 5 leads this period.
And it doesn't look like it from here, but the BisMan Bombers up in the front there being called on some penalties, but not really getting together as a pack. That allows Burgle Arseny to take lead jam for the Hooligans there.
It was a false start warning. A penalty was not actually assessed, but he was warned that he had started falsely. He had to cede his position, but he did. No points scored, I believe, on that. No, 3 points were picked up by the Hooligans to make it an 11-point game. Capital City now has 110 points. BisMan holding at 121.
And now both teams lined up there on the jammer line. Scrum start there. We've got on Filthy Shades of Greg jamming for the Hooligans. And he is lead jammer up against Clever Ducky jamming for the Bombers.
Lead jam, but a back block.
block.
So this will go the full 2 minutes.
And that'll be a power jam. Sock it to me power jam for Clubber Ducky and the BisMan Bombers.
Just when I was going to, give some props to Capital City for getting that lead jammer and this is what they need. Well,
don't speak too fast. It looks like Clubber Ducky around for his second point scoring pass here. Picking up another Rydell Skates Grand Slam. That's 10 more points for the BisMan Bombers.
21-point lead.
And the BisMan Bombers blockers just standing in the back getting ready as Filthy Shades of Greg is released from the penalty box,
so
back on the track.
Counting that as his initial pass because the back block, after he got lead jammer, he got resumed back into the pack, picked up the back block, so this is still technically his initial pass.
His initial pass. That was always frustrating as a jammer that you made it out of the pack, but you still had to get your lead pass or initial pass if you were having to go to the penalty box.
Track cut is the call on number 0, Bloyd onto track.
And both jammers getting through the pack there. Clubber Ducky picking up 4 and Filthy Shades of Greg 4 for the Bombers and Hooligans.
4s all around.
4s all around. Clubber Ducky through the pack again real quick there.
He'll
for
take
another
4. There you go.
Meanwhile, it looks like the Bombers holding back Filthy Shades of Greg, making him recycle to the back of the pack. And everybody just all up around a big pile up there. Not a pile up. Just another scrum there on turn 2. And they knock Clubber Ducky, but he gets by on the inside there.
Yellow asking for that track cut call. And the ref says, yeah, I'm going to assess the track cut.
I think the refs were talking about it before the skater pretty much gave that ref the idea, but that looks like Clubber Ducky then will be starting this next jam for the BisMan Bombers in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
It was a 22-point jam by BisMan right there, 22-8 on that last jam. BisMan now leading by, is that 25? 143
right.
minus 8, 118?
And that brings Clubber Ducky as our lead scorer with 59 points there. He'll start this jam in the penalty box for just 30 seconds. And it looks like the Bombers are playing some nice defense there against Hooligan jammer Fancy Pants.
Yeah, that was a great block by G, forcing Fancy Pants outside. But G eventually recovers, gets lead jammer call.
And Fancy Pants now lead jammer on his point scoring pass, gets through that wall pretty easily, picks up, I think it was a 5. Rydell Skates Grand Slam.
It is indeed. Orange Crush tried to chase him down at the top of the pack, but he realized he was too far out of play. Orange Crush again with a swing and a miss on Fancy Pants.
And
that
was
goodness.
Right on the apex. A little bit of jumping, twisting, and turning action there. I don't know if they were trying to do a dance or that was just one of those great hits.
A mid-air dance.
Yep.
Track cut is the call on the gray pivot, and the direction of play call is on the yellow pivot.
And you don't see any jammer out there on the track for the gray. It looks like the pivot is holding the jammer cover. So I think that was a jammer pass and then got cutting the track there. So he'll be in the Potawatomi Bingo Hotel and Casino penalty box. Wow, the Hooligans jammer.
He is indeed holding that pivot. Now he's put it on his helmet.
Now he's put on the star cover.
Now he's taking it back off again.
Hooligans jammer Fancy Pants gets through there, scores some more points for the Capital City Hooligans and calls that jam off, brings the Capital City Hooligans points to 138. BisMan Bombers 143. Close game and a nice job there by Fancy Pants.
We've got an official review being requested by BisMan.
And that might be on the last penalty called on there.
Now, Dolly, pardon me, you're a former skater?
I am a former skater, the Mad Rollin' Dolls.
Help me out with the rule here.
Sure.
The pivot is in the penalty box. He's got the pivot strike.
The star cover, yeah.
But he's got the star in his hand. What's the story?
Well, it could be a variety of different things. Sometimes the jammer passes the star, you get that star pass, and then if you were called on a penalty and then picked up that jammer cover, Now you're the jammer, and maybe you're going to the penalty box. So it might not have been the best pass, or sometimes it's an illegal pass, and the jammer has to go back, get the star, and be the one to. In that case, they probably would have called an official timeout, sorted it all out, maybe such as this. But
what happens next? Is he the jammer?
He's the jammer then when he
is
goes
the jammer.
in. Yes, because once that star gets passed to the pivot becomes the jammer.
So
That
if
is
the
a
play
complete-
stands as called, if the official review is not granted, this will be a power jam for the Hooligans?
That is correct.
All
and
right.
he'll be starting in the penalty box. Sometimes they clear it up that, no, it was the pivot. It was before the star passed, but the jammer didn't really know that, so he didn't have the jammer helmet cover on and couldn't score points. And I guess I'm not the best person to ask about the rules. Those refs, they know it so much better than I do. As a skater, we tended to just want to play.
There you go.
That's what the refs do. They keep us safe and make sure we're playing by the rules. And it looks like both jammers on the track there, jamming for the Hooligans. We've got Burgle Arseny jamming for the Bombers, Evan Rude. And Evan Rude going to be lead jammer for the BisMan Bomberz. Picking up lead jam and getting around as the Bombers also recycle Burgle Arseny to the back of the pack. He's out now, but not lead jam, as Evan Rude is on his point-scoring pass, calls it off as he hits turn 3.
So I have the results of that official review. The gist of it was that they were challenging the track cut call that was assessed to the gray jammer, and they won. The call was overturned, the penalty was erased, and the Bombers were able to put a jammer out on the track for that last jam. So BisMan will retain its official review for this period.
All right, they weren't able to score some points that time when the jammer got off the track heading to the penalty box, or the pivot in this case with the jammer helmet cover, but they did get to start that next pack. And out on the track now, we got some more jammers. Who's out there for both teams?
Well, we got Wild Style skating for the Hooligans going up against Sacre Bleu for the Bombers. Only 8 points separating these two teams right now, and good news for the Hooligans, they have lead jammer.
Followed closely by Sacre Bleu. It looks like Wild Style hitting the pack, trying to make his way through there. 98 just standing there. Let's see, who is that? It looks like Black Mage. Maybe 99 there, just standing, facing him. Little face-off there. He calls the jam off. 4 points for the Hooligans. 1 point scored by the Bombers there in that jam.
And now it's only a 5-point game. Lots of time left to play. 9 minutes and change.
Still anybody's game here, obviously, throughout the whole bout. That is the case. And on the track for the Hooligans, we've got Filthy Shades of Greg jamming up against the Clubber Ducky for the Bombers.
Multiplayer is the call on Black Mage.
And Filthy Shades of Greg out of the pack first, called lead jammer, but followed closely by Clubber Ducky, who challenges him and forces him to call it off. No points scored that jam.
Yeah, I think Clubber Ducky kind of snuck up behind him right there.
I
Give
think
him a little
so.
shove and forced the call off. So we're going to set it up one more time with Capital City trailing by only 5 points. Bloyd onto track now also with 6 penalties. So each team has a skater with 6 penalties. Bloyd onto track will foul out with the next penalty, and Rock'em Sock'em will foul out on the next penalty.
Both blockers on the track now, jamming for the Bombers. We've got Evan Rude up against Hooligans jammer Fancy Pants.
Forearm is the call on Bloyd on the track, and I believe that should be
That might be a 7th penalty.
an ejection for him.
And lead jammer goes to the Hooligans, Fancy Pants.
And he picks up 4 points on a scoring pass.
Calls the jam off before Evan Rude can score any points. I don't know, though. I think he needs some pants like Val Capone is wearing today. Fancy Pants does.
Who doesn't? She's got her Slayer
she
pants
does have
going
some great pants on.
for National Slayer Day.
That's right.
This shout out to National Slayer Day brought to you on behalf of Val Capone.
That's right.
Val Capone and Wilhelm Scream are the tournament head announcers here thank you to them for selecting me and Dolly, pardon me, to be part of this wonderful experience. We are having a blast.
We sure are, and it looks like we got a official timeout there.
I think they're going to
Capital City timeout.
Square away who's got to serve the penalty for the skater who's fouled out.
That's right. We also want to thank Hinckley Productions. They're right here producing and providing live video production services, bringing you this live broadcast this early of Brouhaha. Support free streaming derby with your DVD purchase at hinkleyproductions.com. Brouhaha.
So Lloyd on the track being escorted off, as is the protocol.
And he won't be able to watch his team, but I believe he can come back and do the good game line. So back on the track, jamming for the Hooligans, Burgle Arseny up against Sacre Bleu for the Bombers.
Low block on Pony Boy, that's his 6th.
He'll be spending some time in the Potawatomi Bingo and Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Nothing for the yellow team, 4 points for BisMan. So it's going to be 155 to 146? Or
151, 146. I think they're adding the points up there. BisMan Jammer got through and did call it off there, correct? So much happening on the track. I got to make sure I'm looking at the right place there.
Exactly. Lots of things to look at.
Bringing you to the notorious RED Jammer line. Jamming for the Bombers, we've got Clubber Ducky getting through first and picking up lead jam. Up against the Hooligans Jammer, Filthy Shades of Greg.
Almost would expect his number to be 50, but 69 is also a good choice.
That's right.
Nothing. Let's set him up and do it again.
That's right. Called it off as he got held to the outside there. Clubber Ducky, smart move, making sure that the Hooligans don't pick up any more points. Close game here with just 6 minutes and a little bit left to go. And on the notorious RED Jammer line, we've got Wild Style for the Hooligans up against Evan Rude of the BisMan Bombers. Evan Rude fighting the Hooligans up at the turn 1 there. He gets out and his lead jammer.
Nice move by Evan Rude.
Bombers, yeah, holding the jammer back while Evan Rude gets through right as the jammer, the Hooligans jammer, Wild Style, is released. He calls that jam off after picking up a Rydell Skates Grand Slam, and 5 more points for the BisMan Bombers.
Yeah, Evan Rude was getting a little nonchalant about his call-off, and Wild Style realized that 4th whistle hadn't sounded. Gave him a little hip check just to wake him up a little bit.
That's
but
right.
a smile as you went by.
A little good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning hip check.
That's 4 lead jams in a row for the BisMan Bombers, and a 10-point lead with just over 5 minutes remaining. We're in an official review right now.
And we'll want to thank the Field 59 video platform powering the live streaming technology behind the 2014 Roller Derby World Cup in Dallas. And now it powers the live stream for the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. Power jam your derby bouts with Field 59's video solutions.
Now, as a skater, your gear gets sweaty, right?
Oh yeah, you get real sweaty. Some people more than others, of course.
So you want to keep your gear separate from your skates, right?
That's right, you do.
Is there any way you could do that? Is there any like contraption or device?
Oh, you sure can. There's a new bruised skate noose. It's the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder, and they have over 50 colors and patterns to fit your team, your league, or your personality. If that isn't enough, you can contact them for more customization options. And we spend a lot of money on our skates, so a lot of times we shove them in the bag full of sweaty gear. Well, our skates hate that, so get the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder and keep your skates aired out. Show them off with bruised skate noose.
So you got your skates and your bruised skate noose, and then you can put the notorious RED right on the pads and the wrist guards and stuff like that. And no one will even know.
That's right. Stick the pads in the smelly bag. Keep your skates out. That way people know you play roller derby. They want to ask you about it, because what is that stuff you got hanging on? You know, everybody carries their gym bag. You don't know what's in it, but Show off your skates with the Bruised Skate Nooses. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or online at bruisedsn.com.
And you can become an ambassador for roller derby.
That's right.
Just with that simple purchase.
My simple purchase of coffee made me an ambassador at Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
Amen, amen. Heading out to the notorious RED Jammer line, Burgle Arseny is jamming for the Capital City Hooligans and picks up lead jammer. Going to the penalty box is Sacra Blue on a track cut.
Sacra Blue got out there fast, but it looks like on the inside line he did cut there, so he'll be spending some time at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Meanwhile, power jam, a Sakatumi power jam for the Hooligans. And Burgle Arseny taking advantage of that with one Rydell Skates Grand Slam already. And there, I believe, is the second Rydell Skates Grand Slam, bringing Capital City up to a tie game with BisMan Bomberz.
Sacra Blue out of the penalty box. That is only his second trip to the penalty box, and he's got 57 points.
Wow.
But you know what? Clubber Ducky's only made one trip to the penalty box, and he's got 59 points.
Spending time making points instead of penalties. That's what you want your jammers to do.
And Fancy Pants has only made one trip to the penalty box, and he's leading all scorers with 65.
Burgle Arseny calling that jam off after scoring a few more points there. Sacra Blue out of the penalty box.
We have a lead
for the Bombers,
change.
But yep, Capital City takes the lead. 160, BisMan 156 with just 4 minutes left to go in this game. And on the notorious RED Jammer line for the Bombers, we've got Clubber Ducky, excuse me, not Clobber Ducky, but Clubber Ducky out there jamming with the star up against the Hooligans, Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants threw real fast there, picking up lead jam for the Hooligans. Clubber Ducky fighting against a wall there, going down with a block by 22. That would be Impale Ale. He was impaled there.
So the official review was the yellow team challenging the skating out of bounds call, but after further review, the play stands as called.
All right. And it looks like Fancy Pants picking up 5 points for the team there through the pack. Another Rydell Skates Grand Slam, while the Hooligans do a great job just holding Clubber Ducky in the pack, knocking him to the inside and outside, making him recycle. Fancy Pants again around the track and through.
Forearm is the penalty on Thudwig van Beethoven.
And Fancy Pants calls off the jam, picking up another 4 points there. Capital City at 174, BisMan 156.
Fancy Pants has 79 points on the game. Think he can get 100?
Maybe.
Enough
Fancy
time.
Pants high scoring. Yep, he's at 79. Up against Clubber Ducky there, 59. Both jammers, as you can see, high scores for the game. Fancy Pants really taking to the track that last jam.
Timeout BisMan. Guess they're out of Bismarck, North Dakota?
They are. Bismarck, North Dakota. The Capital City Hooligans are out of Springfield, Illinois.
So they're both really capital cities, Bismarck being the
they
capital
sure
of North Dakota. So a capital match here.
That's true. And I think there's a Capital City Bombers, too, somewhere. But there's so many different capital cities, it's hard to keep everything straight. So.
All right.
And we would like to also thank some of our other sponsors here tonight. We've got lots of great sponsors. Again, the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Book a room with gaming, entertainment, and dining. Play, stay, and get lucky at Potawatomi. But we're back to some action on the track.
Evan Rude's the lead jammer, but then he got a low block after he was the lead jammer. So left Filthy Shades as Greg is the only trimmer on the track, except that he went to the penalty box, I believe on a track cut. So this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Number 27 tries to close the door, but
Roger Rabid not able to do so. Looks like Evan Rude got through there.
Out of play in the back. They're going to have to rejoin the pack. Scoring pass is 4 points for BisMan.
And BisMan doing a good job holding up Filthy Shades of Greg in the pack.
Evan forced to the inside, has to re-engage from the back of the pack. That is, star pass.
Star pass to Impale Ale.
But that was only an initial pass. Oh, the inside was open, but Impale Ale tries the outside.
And
nice skating.
Yeah, nice little turnaround, pirouetting there by Impale Ale, picking up the points there for the Hooligans.
720-degree spin.
That's right.
Nice block by number 99.
Another
that's Black
spin there,
Mage.
but yeah, that's going to force Impale Ale as the jammer here to go back and try a few more turns around the outside.
They are doing such a good job staying in bounds.
Slowing down a little bit there, and knocked to the outside. You always think you have it right to the end, and then the trajectory just doesn't go with you. Evan Rude, meanwhile, stepping through on the inside there to pick up some points. That last pass, he picks up a Rydell Skates Grand Slam.
16-4 in favor of BisMan, and now it's a 6-point game. BisMan has 172. Capital has 178. Only 43 seconds remain in the period. We are having an official timeout right now. I think the official timeout, oh, no, it's an official review. Official review, I guess Capital City retained their official review, so they were able to pose another one. We'll see what this official review is about. This is a great, great bout. Well, now the scoreboard's been adjusted. It's 181 to 177. Only 4 points separate these two teams. And, you know, for being on the trailing side of this score, BisMan only had 9 skaters out there. They still have 9 skaters out there. Capital City started with 14. They lost 1 on the foul out, but they still have 13 skaters on the track. So an impressive showing by a short-staffed BisMan Bomber squad. And an impressive showing by Capital City Hooligans. I don't mean to take anything away from them.
Exactly. And as you notice, like right away, BisMan with a lot of penalties, but really kept it in line. And we've still got some folks on that roster that have a lot of penalties, but they've been staying in the game.
Sacre Blue picks up lead jammer over Fancy Pants.
And Sacre Blue around the track again now on his point-scoring pass, trying to get past the Hooligans blockers, Lumberjerk, Roger Rabbit, Captain Slamerica, Ponyboy getting past and getting through. He decides to try another round.
Interesting strategic call. Calls off the jam, tries to. Did the fourth whistle go? An out-of-play block is assessed on blue number 33. Oh, it's tense. 182 to 185, but it is still,
1 point picked up there by Sacre Blue in that last jam before he called it off. I think it was just 5 to 4 there.
All right.
BisMan,
this is an unofficial final, and it is tense. Before we make this official, we got to make sure all these points are right.
Wow, and I didn't even realize we were that close to the end. Not even watching the time clock there, but just so much action on the track. Both teams really bringing it tonight.
Yes.
Or really bringing it this morning. We're here early. Maybe it's tonight for some of you out there, but thanks for checking us out. Stay tuned for more action. We'll get you the final here.
It's still unofficial.
It's still
over
unofficial.
Here on Derby Laces track number 1.
But lots of great play. Tonight's top scorers for the BisMan Bombers this morning's top scorers. Sacre Blue with 62 points, Clubber Ducky with 59, and then Evan Rude with 45. Main jammers for the BisMan Bombers doing a lot of great work. For the Hooligans, Fancy Pants with 83 points.
And they have a lot of significant scoring by a lot of skaters. Filthy Shades of Greg had 31. Burgle Arseny had 38. Wild Style had 26.
And those are their main jammers from last night's game as well. But Fancy Pants really taking the lead and scoring almost double some of his
think it's safe to say he has the most points today.
Today,
Yeah.
exactly. This game.
Not even this game. Today.
So far, you're right.
Up to this point today. And
And
that is official.
They're
Capital
looking at the
City
official score.
hangs on for the win. 185 to 182 victory lap for the Capital City Hooligans out of Springfield, Illinois.
And it's good to see those hugs and those handshakes out there, really showing the camaraderie between these teams after a good, well-fought game. Both teams, you know, got to be proud of what they put on out there. Penalties are going to harm you, but both teams really stuck with it, and it was a close game right to the end. Nice game to watch. Goes real fast for us here, but good action out there for you as well.
Getting
viewers out there.
Consolation lap now for the BisMan Bombers out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Stay tuned. Coming up on Derby Laces track number 1 in about half an hour. We are going to be bringing you.
It's going to be on track number 1, Grand Raggedy versus Ann Arbor.
And if you want to check out the action on track number 2, what's going on right now?
Right now, Arch Rival is out there playing against Steel City, and it looks like Arch Rival is in the lead with 96, Steel City with 46. So check it out.
Also, thank you very much to Hinckley Productions for bringing this to you. Also to the Brew City Bruisers for making the stream available. On behalf of Dolly Pardon Me, this is Bobby Narco wishing you peace, love, and a roller derby.
Clever to say at the end. So.
That's
That's
the Soul Train. Peace, love, and soul.
Yeah, love.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, Derby at 6. Come for Derby, stay for fireworks. Find the Derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot.